Hi, and welcome to episode 15 of What's for Dinner. I'm Bill. This is Terri, and today we've got guests.
Yay!
Terri, introduce them.
This is Shannon, and this is Richard, and they're our friends, so we're really excited.
So, welcome on this episode. It's the first time we've had guests on the show.
And they're not just guests, they're viewers of our show as well, so we're really excited to have you guys.
Some of our wonderful friends and fans that have subscribed and love watching. So, thanks so much for dinner tonight, guys.
Yes! They totally made dinner, and it was so good. It was like some, I don't know, healthy food, but it was really good. It was like this chicken patty with like green stuff in it. I don't know if it was avocado or cilantro.
What was it called?
What was it called?
It was a tropical chicken burger, but we didn't use chicken. We used white turkey breast.
Oh.
I think it was way better.
Either way, it was really good, and they put it on top of a salad.
I feel like I had to pay for it because it was just...
We probably should have, but we didn't because they're our friends and they love us. Mm-hmm. Thanks, guys. It was really good.
So, while we're doing this, we've also got on the other side, we've got live broadcast on Meerkat. So, get us on Twitter, at Harding Missions. I usually put the broadcast up. And if you're on Twitter following me and you have the new Meerkat app, you will see it pop up. Hey, What's for Dinner at Harding Missions is live on Meerkat. And you'll actually be able to watch us taping this show as opposed to just watching it later like you're doing on YouTube right now. So, keep posted on that. So what are we talking about tonight?
We are going to talk about FPU, which stands for Financial Peace University. It just kind of helps you get out of debt, like to sum it up real quick. So that's pretty much it. That's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Now you guys have went through FPU before. What was the experience, or what was going on in your lives that you decided to take this Financial Peace University, Dave Ramsey's I guess get out of debt or get financial freedom program?
Yeah. When did we go through?
I think it's when we first got married, about 7 years ago, actually. Okay. So we were newlyweds at the time. So yeah.
And we were kind of told that's what you're supposed to do. So we went through it.
See, they should.
It's a good reason.
Yeah.
We didn't really follow. We had our first budget meeting.
How did that go?
That was a hot mess.
Yes.
At the time, I worked for state government, and so, I'd been in meetings. I went to meetings for a living. That's kind of what I did. And so I looked at this as we're going to have a budget planning meeting. And so we sat at the table, and I had all the papers ready to go.
He had folders. He had everything.
Charts and plans.
And
so as soon as we get ready, I said, "Sweetie, you ready for the meeting?" She's like, "Yeah." So she comes and she sits like right beside me. Like, this is not a meeting.
And I was wanting to be all snuggling.
Like, no, we don't. And I'm like, we don't have meetings like this.
You are violating some
codes. So we got an agenda we got to get through. We got things we got to plan. And so that didn't go very well.
Yeah.
But it helped us to kind of get the conversation going about our money, because what he talks about in FPU is if you don't make a plan for your money's going to make a plan for you.
Right.
That's good.
And so it was a way of, it really helped us with communication, I think. Because, your money's going in all different directions, and if you don't pay attention to it, you're going to get further and further out of whack.
Yeah. And it helped us to also talk about even little decisions and just communicate with each other about where we wanted our money to go, and showed who was more the spender, who was more the nerd.
I'm the spender.
And I'm the nerd who likes to read everything and have the budget.
I like to buy everything.
Yeah.
So you guys are like us. Like I'm the very square budget meeting, but I am the free spirit. I am the spender, and you guys are like this is a family get together. But yet then you're like, wait, we're not sticking to the goals. We're not sticking to the budget. What is wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
I'm the guy that likes to go to the little corner section of Sam's and buys the clearance stuff because it's a really, really good deal and we really need it somehow.
Yeah.
And convince yourself that you're
going to need it later.
I did that the other day in the Dollar General of all places. They had like sweaters on clearance, and I was like, "Baby, look, there's sweaters, and they have them on all different colors, and we have to get them." And he was like, "You're doing it again," and I was like, oh, "Okay, my bad. Let me just leave then."
But after 7 years of marriage, we've kind of progressed in how we kind of deal with it. So now I still have those tendencies. So like yesterday I went to Sam's,
really good,
and I went to the back corner because that's where I go and that's where I find the good deals. And I saw this desk, And this was like an epic desk. It was like this cool, it's like wood on top and this heavy metal base on the bottom. And it was marked clearance. And so I text Shannon. I was like, sweetie, this is a crazy deal. So I took a picture, texted to her. I said, can I get it or should I get it? And I didn't hear anything from her. And so I left because I didn't hear anything from her.
Oh, very good.
And so I came home and I said, did you get my text? She's like, no, I was busy with the kids. I said, well, check this out. I saw this desk. It's awesome. And so we settled things down. I kept thinking about it. And I felt like, I got some extra money. This my money because we do the envelope system now.
Okay.
And so we got blow money. Blow money's like, every month
You
we
can
get a
do
little bit of
whatever you
money.
want with
Yeah.
We could, make it rain, whatever we want to do with it. And then we've got, lunch money and things like that. Hi.
Samira's banging on my bed.
Okay.
We'll
Tell her after we're done, we'll be up there.
Okay.
And that's real life.
That
Yes.
is real life. Kids and all.
But so I went ahead and went back and got it. But the difference is it's not impulse now.
Right.
Ah,
He
yeah.
wasn't hasty, and then we did talk about it. It gave
Yeah.
us a chance to kind of get some feedback, and I was proud of him. That was
Cool.
victory
Yeah.
right there.
I'm glad that they still had it though when you
Right.
went back.
Yeah.
I did
was
too.
like, that's
Yeah, we did
awesome.
too.
That
Yeah, he
excites
did
me.
good.
I like a good deal.
Feels like it was meant to be, huh?
Kind of like Jesus left it there just for me.
Yeah, because you follow the rules and you communicated
That's
with your
right.
spouse, so he hooked you up.
So he
See?
That's
blessed you.
Big ups
Yeah.
to Jesus.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest thing, like your biggest takeaway after going through the training? Like what helped you the most, or what stuck out about the training?
Well, for me,
I'm
I'll give
gonna
you
ask
time
you
to think.
next.
I would say it's the consistency of, even though it's so easy not to plan because, the month comes up every single month and it's like, you can get, a couple of days out. Next thing you know, 2 weeks are in, you haven't done your budget.
And let's just keep it real. 7 years ago, we started doing it, and we were doing really good. And baby number 1, 2, 3, we got off and derailed.
4.
To be real, we did for a period. And when we didn't do it for a while, we could see like it wreaks havoc on your communication, your spending habits. But man, when we got back on the track again, it's just freedom. It's freedom knowing where your money's going.
Because the big thing that I figured out was when we have a plan, it brings her security.
That's true.
Knowing that because if we don't have a plan, she doesn't know do we have any money left? And then I started asking questions. Can I go buy food? Can I buy groceries? Can we get stuff? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
We poor.
Are we in
I used to have to
poverty?
do that all the time.
Are we in poverty? I
Babe,
did
I really
ask
want to
her
go
that.
do this. Can I go? Do we have enough money in the account to do this? Like, am I gonna like
Yes.
overdraft it? With,
Yes.
Yeah, then you
so-
feel like this weird controlling dude. It's
Yeah.
like my wife's got to ask me if she can go get peanut
Can
butter.
I get coffee today?
Just go get the peanut butter.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't. I would just sit there and be hungry because I'm like, oh, I don't know if we can get it. So let me just twiddle my
Yeah.
thumbs and.
Well, there's freedom. There's just free. It brings a lot of freedom,
Mhm.
and just not, having a plan.
So
Just
I would say that security, and then just the consistency of doing it. I think is just overall healthy for us. Like when she's got that security, it brings peace to the house. And I'm not freaking out because she's freaking out. The kids are calm because we're not both freaking out at the same time.
Yeah.
and another good thing is we're able to give more. Like with and we can plan to go. Oh wow. What if there's somebody at church and they need help, or somebody in the community, and we're not like, man, we're not making this month. We can't even give anything.
Yeah.
So just that freedom, and that's happened a few times this winter
Yeah.
where opportunities came, and just that freedom to be able to help other people.
We had a family member that needed some car trouble help, and we were able to go get the savings envelope and
Yeah.
just pay for it.
It's just
Oh,
freedom and
That's
help other
awesome.
people.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get to that point because I love giving gifts. Like I love giving the other people, and I'm just like, oh, can we do this? And he's like, with what money? And I'm like, oh, right. Well, if we take, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, so
And that's the difference between planning and pop-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
It's not.
I
It's-
like it.
It's going well for us. I mean, we're telling our money where to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking us out a little bit to have zero on the budget
The
sheet.
zero
at the end of the
balance
month, the
budget
zero
sheet.
balance method. But at the same time, like it's also helping us plan. And Terri even did a really good job. She went to California with a budget envelope, and it was all cash. and she came back with 25% of what she left with.
Wow.
She was like, look, I didn't spend it all.
Because I'm more of like, oh, there's a budget. Okay, I will spend it to the dollar. I mean, to the little penny. Like, oh, I made the budget. And he's like, no, you're supposed to keep some stuff. Like, he's like, you have, up to that amount. I was like, oh, I thought that was my amount. So,
yes, that wasn't your goal. That was your big.
Something else, what I was going to piggyback off what Shannon said a second ago, budgeting helps us want to give more. Because we tithe off the top, we give to missionaries, all that comes out before any of the bills and all that. But then not only do we have savings and we're able to help people with savings, but then there's people that, maybe at church or somewhere else, and they just they have problems paying their electric bill. And so we made an envelope in our budget just for helping folks in need.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And so we were able to help out one guy a month or so ago with his electric bill, and we had it already.
That's
And so
awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. I'm excited.
Well, that's our goal. I mean, we want to do FPU to get financial freedom from past debts, obviously, and to be able to be financially generous whenever it arises. And then to also, you've been talking a lot about legacy. I think leaving that legacy. I think thinking not just in terms of our retirement and where could we travel in a big old RV when we're 60 years old, but really like what do our kids get from the fruit of our labor?
Yeah,
not just like, oh, well, you got to earn it because you're the next generation, but like, no, let me pass on to you an inheritance, which is not just money, but an inheritance is the legacy that we leave behind. The work that we did mattered to that next generation. So that's really my part, to be just not just financially free, but to bring that freedom to the next generation. So if you want to get involved with FPU, Financial Peace University, DaveRamsey.com. They list all the places that do FPU classes, including churches and other centers. Terri and I are going through it at Bethel Community Church. And we love our church, and we finally found time in our time in our schedule to get to one of these classes after years and years of trying. We've been married 6 years now.
I mean,
That's great.
yeah, it's been a while, but we finally made it, and we're excited that we made it.
Is it hard for you guys, or do you think is it actually doing good? Is it fun?
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Those little wins, like today we just paid off a debt. It wasn't like a recurring minimum payment debt, but it was still a debt that we had
It's
to
kind of
pay.
like we should have paid them a long time ago debt. though.
Yeah, yeah, it was. So we finally paid them off, and it was like, yay, we paid them off, and so it's been really good. And
Do you feel more like a grown up when you pay off bills and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, that's just a struggle. I mean, yeah, I guess, but it's not like a fun thing. Like, it's just being a grown up sucks, really. So it's just like, oh, yeah, that was great that we paid this off, but we had to because we're a grown up and we can't be irresponsible. So it was it's really not. I mean, I'm not happy. I'm just whatever. That's what we're supposed to do. We're grown ups. We can't just be, so.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, I mean, we can't.
You could be. There was this movement in the 70s, and all these people thought Jesus was coming back in the 70s, so they was charging up credit cards out the wazoo.
No.
It was charge it to the gang because Jesus is coming back.
I bet the credit card industry was in on that.
Oh, I don't even know about their how much debt they owe now. They
all
not.
did, probably.
Well, yeah. If y'all still living, no, I'm just kidding. If you're still living, I'm glad you're still living. I don't know. I was gonna say hey, let us know how much debt you're still in, but that ain't nice.
Wow. Anybody else have any other thoughts before Terri wraps up the show?
One thing you were saying about legacy earlier, I was thinking about like my mom is dead now, but one of the things that she ended up leaving a good legacy later on in life, but early on, she had this horrible practice of getting credit cards and got one credit card to try to pay off another one, just kind of going back and forth and just getting way out of whack in debt. And instilling that into me when I got out of high school, I went to college and racked up $20,000 in college student loan debt. And then when I got out of college, my mom, the first thing she said, well, you deserve a car. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man now. So I went and got me $420 a month car note. Thinking that I was the man, and then I realized I have to start paying all this stuff off. But later on, she changed her practices and changed her ways. She ended up paying her house off. And if I was able to get the right information at an earlier age, talking about leaving a legacy, think about how further along in life I would be financially if I didn't have to, start off my career trying to pay off debt, getting in even further debt. And so I just think that should be the aim for all of us. The Proverbs, it says, a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And so that should be the aim for us, is not just to, leave trust fund babies, but to instill the principles and the practices of healthy money management along the way.
Great.
That's good stuff. I'm excited because Dave Ramsey has like the juniors for kids or whatever too. And I'm like, oh yeah, when we have kids, like we can get their stuff and like show them how to, save and blah, 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 like all that stuff. And I'm just really excited like that they are willing to teach the littles when they're little. Like, I'm like, yay, because there won't be no allowance. It's called commission, and you gonna earn your money. Because I'm not just gonna give you nothing.
That's right.
But so anyway, I just like that. Like, you're not gonna just make me give you money for nothing. You're supposed to be doing chores anyway. But anyway, sorry, there was a little tangent. But like, anyway, whatever. I didn't get no allowance.
I owe you a tangent after the Benitos.
Yeah. Oh. Speaking of which, the Benitos chips were really good, and they were still super healthy, and they didn't give me gas. Yeah, they were really good.
If you have no idea what she's talking about, check out episode 14 below this one on YouTube. Follow our channel. If this is on Facebook, go to our YouTube channel, watch the other episode.
The lotion is kind of working, but I still probably won't pay $5 for it. And that Skinny Girl little bar thing, it was gluten-free and it was really good. It didn't even taste like cardboard, which most gluten things taste like. Gluten-free tastes like cardboard, but that was actually really good. So y'all should go check that out.
Okay, now one last thing you said on that episode.
What?
You were gonna talk about how you liked the tilapia I cooked that night.
Oh, right.
So my tilapia compared to Richard's
Oh,
tropical burger.
No, you did.
Right. Come on.
So
Bring it.
I'm trying to think. Okay, look.
Truth.
This is it. Okay. They're both healthy, but okay. See, it's kind of like it's an even kill. This time I'll tell you why. That's not even a cop out. This is it. Y'all's was really good because it was free, and I was really excited about that. Thank you for the hookup, and they gave me some for lunch for tomorrow, and I'm super excited about that.
We're cool like that.
So yes,
Anytime we go over your house, always give us a to-go plate.
Yes. So I was really excited about that. So that was definitely yes. Y'all hashtag winning on that one. But this one right here, he gets some little brownie points because, he my husband and he cooked it and I didn't have to do nothing. And it was really good. He seasoned it real good. I mean, it was real good. It wasn't too spicy. It was just right. Yeah, so he gets the brownie points for the husband and taking care of his wife. And it wasn't no bland, non-seasoned fish either. It wasn't. I didn't have to add no salt or nothing. So, yeah, he did good on the tilapia. He did good.
Thanks, babe.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know how you like this new setup. If you like people, if not, and
If you like us.
I mean, if you like the group, the round table discussion thing. And are you in FPU? Have you been in FPU? What did you learn from FPU that you still use today? Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Bye.